And for love's sake, each mistake, all you forget. And soon both of us learn to trust, not run away. It was no time to stay, not no time to play. We build it up and build it up and build it up, and now it's solid. Hey, 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 everybody. This is on my Facebook and also on my YouTube. Let me make sure I'm going to hold off on the Facebook because I invited a few people in for this brief discussion. I'm not really trying to stay on here long because I actually should be sleeping because I have to. Not important. You all see the title. I hope this afternoon finds you all well. We're in the midst of a political season. This as simple as that. We're in the midst of a political season, and we're having political discussions. Uh, we've had 3.5, almost well 3 3/4 of Democratic Party rule, and before that, people were upset and just wasn't really satisfied. I guess for some reason, for the biggest part I remember was the coronavirus was the biggest reason why people weren't really feeling um, the prior president. They, of course, say but that's not what we're here. We're not here to talk about the President Donald Trump, who I affectionately refer to as Mean Massa. As an aversion to Kind Massa Biden. I hope he's doing well. But I, Kamala Harris, the vice president. Now, Kamala Harris had once had ran against her president. She's the vice president, Kind Massa Joe Biden. Um, is the president. I keep saying past tense now. Shout out to Joe. He had on a mega hat in one video I saw. This might be a bit much. I'm gonna start taking some of this stuff off so I can chat with you. I really can't see. I really just wanted the distance, and I guess want to improve my production value. But uh, a discussion about when I talk, I had already, years ago when she was running for president, I had came up with all the reasons why this person is not necessarily who a black woman, a reasonably intelligent, that really is about black girl magic that wants to be able to say she ain't a stain on her name type of politician entering an office. Whether or not you consider her an American black, black is beautiful. If you want to adopt being a black person, stick with it. Number one. Number two, shout out to that. What's that one? Shout out to Rachel Dolezal. Stick with it. Number one. And number two, if you're going to present yourself to be a part of something or be that's just being in your in as of you, uh, it would be best that you would, and I guess maybe she's doing the absolute best in which she possibly can. It would be best, in my opinion, to represent yourself uh, on a pristine level at all in all times. You be on point at all times. Shouldn't be no questions or anything like that. Should be no doubts about what you said. You standing on your black woman business. Um, I know that in this modern time and the soft male era, that sometimes that you all get accused of being too masculine, too strong at it. And in my mind, if I see a woman, she may come off tough and talk tough, but she's still gonna be a woman. I mean, if you listen, just listening to a woman make you hear your dad's voice. So is that what I mean? Is that type of energy? Or it could be the fact of some folks that that male presence wasn't there. The male presence for myself, I did have my pappy. As much as he was in the street doing what he did, my pappy was in the house. My mama was in the house. My mama was a stay-at-home mother. I have 4 sisters. I have several uh, ex bonus sisters by way of, of course, the only way I could have an extra sister. Remember, my mama ain't had no. I have 4 sisters by my mom, and I have other sisters. Have several aunts. They were my grandmother. On my mother's mother, she had 9 children, and the majority of those children, I think, minus the six of them are females, ladies. Uh, Cousins, countless. Matter of fact, I have countless cousins. First cousin, one, two, three male cousins on my mama's side. All kind of female, all kind of lady cousins. So this conversation started. I'm always talking about probably people saying that's just an issue. You wish that you could have dated somebody like Kamala Harris in college or something, high school, and now you hold a long-seated resentment toward women like Kamala Harris and power doing what she doing. Is it the fact she got a the Jewish white man? Is it the fact that I already said that she's in power, but is it the fact that she's educated? She went to an HBCU. I went to an HBCU, and I saw plenty of black women, plenty of black males, men, whatever. I saw other races as well. Um, not so much in regards to the organizations. Now, when I speak about these organizations, um, I don't mean it's just for the clarity of the conversation. And then, of course, many of you that are part of those organizations, I knew you before you joined them. So, I mean, I guess from the more practical sense of saying, I know you. There's you after and there's you before, but you before still resides in you after. There's no disdain or it's just questions, but these questions are not for this. They're just really just presenting the premise here. The Kamala Harris of the Kamala Harris thing. I think maybe I don't know. We all invited into us. Y'all should be able to see it. I really can't see from here. I need to be able to read comments if I can. I don't know if I can go into my stream here, but I don't even mean there be no comments up there. Let me continue. So yeah, the conversation I was having a conversation about policy because I always be like, well, what policy is Kamala? She's talking about tax credits of thousands of dollars. She also talking about increasing the earned income credit. Of course that. I mean, of course, you want to help the baby's got to be taken care of. I guess considering that the and that kind of leads to this conversation. The prevailing sentiment is that the black male, black man, black father, black husband is persona non grata in black household. The only black family that I see that's being staunchly and strongly promoted. I mean, all together, it's not fully a black American family. But the only black family I see that's staunchly promoted, and I guess this came after he gave them the nod. Him and his wife gave them the nod. Is Barack Obama. That if you think about and I'm really sitting here trying to think of any families that are promoted, any nuclear families that are promoted within the Democratic Party that are black American. I can't think of them where they show the wife and the husband and the kids. I can't think of any. I really can't think of any time. And when you think about it, I guess the people were in there. And I've seen a couple of guys. Now, I wouldn't say they're, no disrespect. Everybody has the right to choose which the way they choose to live their life and who they live their life with. Most of the males I've seen, they're either aside from the influencers and the popular guys, popular folks, that are part of her, I guess, her team or campaign. They're not necessarily strongly masculine. In my mind, I would kind of think that they like other men or have a penchant, or that's not important. So I talk about probably when I talk about, what is, because in the beginning it was like before even all the debates and the interviews and things like that, I was saying, well, what is Kamala Harris offer? And, I think it's what is Kamala Harris? Kamala, what is she offering in terms of tangible and constructive benefit to the Black American population that of which she is came with her hat in her hand. I mean, not necessarily having need any conversation with her, because it seems that she's being very, very, very strongly protected from direct and strong questions. The interviews that I've seen, including the debate, was kind of softball to me. I mean, it could have been. I mean, it would have been maybe perhaps if Mean Master, he had some fact checkers, and the moderators were actually just. I mean, maybe it does happen. Maybe it does happen, but on that type of stage, I have not seen it. You know, if you unless it was the other politician on the side doing it, you know, well, that's not true, and this is the reason why it's not true. I have not seen a moderator, you know, even come from outside. Well, we talked to the Springfield, Ohio, uh, blah blah blah, and he said that there's no record of people eating pets. They ain't come out the next day. The Haitian folks grabbing up gooses and stuff, and that's not the point I'm getting. But then it all comes down to, you know, who's telling. They say to me, Massa is a keen and sharp liar. You know, right about now he's telling some beautiful lies in terms of this policy I'm about to mention. But let me keep on rounding this out. Uh, but it's not evidently it's not important. You know, it's only important when the opposing party is telling a lie. Now, if I say, okay, I admit it, me and Master tell a bunch of lies. I believe Kamala Harris tells about what lies she tell. Give me a list of where are your sources for them lies. I believe, and even if I go as far as to point out a direct lie, no, there's no way you can work around this person and lie in your face. There's still some deflection, diversion, attempts at gaslighting, accusations, aspersions, and I mean, it's the sensitive nature of myself. I sense things. Not saying that I may emotionally react to those things that I sense, but I pay attention. I'm observant, and especially in terms of, you know, I guess this right here. I think me try to type this in a paragraph. I'm not trying. I'm not in college. I'm a college dropout. But uh, for me to round out hmm, what the way I would that way I wanted to respond to the things that the conversation that I'm going to kind of detail, because I'm kind of going a little bit long because I was trying to round it out. But Donald Trump, I always say, what policy Cameron got? Cameron got this policy. Cameron, okay, whatever that shit is. I don't really. It's not policy in the way I would like a policy to policy for me and my kind. So Donald Trump comes out first. He came out with the no tax on tips, and then Kamala Harris came out with the no tax on tips. Now the new thing, and this made my ears perk up because I am a person who works a regular job. I do fairly well for my single self. I don't have to pay any child support or nothing like that. But he came up with this policy: no, no, no federal taxation on overtime pay, no federal taxation on Social Security income for your old folks. So I'm like saying, I posted a little segment of this stump speech where he said that, and I asked a question: what do y'all want me to do? What can I do? What I work this amount of time, I automatically get overtime because I work 12-hour shifts. So one of my weeks is 48 hours just by default, which is this week, which I should be sleeping. But I want to have this conversation. So I put that reel up on my page, and y'all, if y'all on Facebook, y'all done seen the reel. Whatever may not have, because who knows. But uh, it's people coming on responding. Oh, don't Don the con, don't do it like people. It's just da da da. He'll tell you anything then, but it's one particular comment that stood out, and it kind of hit me, and I think maybe I should at this point attempt to access these comments verbatim, because I don't want to be that person to misrepresent. Uh, Hold on, I need to turn it down. We turn it down. Ain't nobody over here on the Facebook side, but that's cool, baby. We gonna keep rocking and rolling regardless. Here it is. Is that the real? Let me see what's shorty. But yeah, this policy. This is a policy. Black people seem to ignore the policies from before. They always seem that we're fixated on the stimulus check aspect of it. Yeah, bipartisan made stimulus checks happen. Also, even when y'all say that, when y'all do say that, remember that as the pandemic raged on through the latter part of 2020, closer to the election, people ran out of little stimulus money, and they was kind of hurt. And it was a vote for more stimulus up on the hill, but who was blocking that vote? It was the Democratic star child, Nancy Pelosi. I guess she's not so much a child, but Nancy Pelosi not mentioned. But don't let me get off topic. Let me see if I know I can find it. It's just that I shouldn't be taking all day to find it. I should have had it already queued up, but my phone be tripping sometimes, and it don't take me where I wanted to go. I don't want to go there. But I just want to read this directly, and I really just want to reiterate that I had both my parents in the household, probably in the streets too, but I had both my parents in the household. I have sisters. I have a majority of friends who are ladies, women, female, uh, for better or worse, of personality and character. But I have. So when I read this, when I read my Facebook friends comment, I've known her on Facebook for some time now. Uh, where is it? Where is it? Well, I want to try to hide from me, baby. Don't hide from me, baby. Make this shit so difficult. There you are. Um, this is Sister Wise for all intents and purposes. That's no longer her name. Her name. She's on. She married or whatever. But Sister Wise. Sister Wise comes on and says, "Well, matter of fact, let me play this little thing right there. Since we on it." What did I just do? Pretty messing up. My production value sucks because you don't have your stuff together. Baby. Listen. That gives people more of an incentive to work. It gives the companies it's a lot easier to get the people. And I went to some economists break one, and I said, "What do you think?" They said, "It would be unbelievable. You'll get a whole new workforce by doing it. No taxes on overtime." And that's what that is. The part that kind of stood out while we were saying that you'll get a whole different type of workforce. Because I said to myself, well, shoot, I don't even want to work overtime because I know that they gonna eat that shit up in tax. So it's like I get my little bonus overtime hours just by way of the type of schedule I have. And they still eat it, and federal taxation still eats it that. This was the topic. I'm trying to figure out, well, y'all need to tell me something. Y'all ask about the policies of Sister Harris. Tell me something that that I can look in the future and see where I'm gonna be able to fold some bills together. Or at least since due to the COVID, most of our money is on cars and things. But that's another story as well. But Sister Wise says to me, anything to not vote for a woman. Don McCon is not hoping to do any of it. You think he's going to take that deficit from the rich? There's no money coming from the rich. There's no money. I mean, really, if the taxation is being taken from my overtime, that means they're taking money that I earned that money. That money came out off my ass. So it's like, well, shoot, you mean to tell me you're going to let me keep it, Master Government? Master Government, I can keep his money. They're going to come. Somebody else said they're going to come back. They're going to get it. They're going to get it back. They're not giving me anything. What part of it? It's not a refund because there was no tax. It was not taxed. But the part I read, the first part, anything to vote for, not for vote for a black woman. He's going to take. He's going to take so everything from you so he can look good. Yeah, look good giving you something. Many of us don't or can't do overtime. Understandable. Many of you do get salaries, and those salaries may be significantly higher or even significantly lower than the wage, the per hourly wage I get. Do you have any family members who might take advantage of this? That because really you're speaking anecdotally. That means you're just speaking, you're personalizing it by yourself. I mean, not personalizing, but I'm also saying, listen, niggas, hey, niggas, hey, black people, African American black folks, Negro folks, people of colors. This man said this. It's a campaign promise, but it's a sweet, sweet promise, isn't it? So we continue the conversation because I want to go through it. I'm gonna read it as swiftly as possible. Because when I get finished reading, I'm getting, oh, I'm not looking at old comments. Y'all should have been on here when I started. I said, any old time and reason to pull out the same sad sack narrative of nobody supports the black woman, huh? That's y'all candidate. Just cause I don't fuck with her, that ain't got a G darn thing to do with the black women I do fuck with. Well, have I ever mistreated or disrespected you, sister, on this app at any given time? This is a question. And I hate sometimes when I ask some people questions. This is not just you, sister wise. When I ask people questions, and I ask these questions because it's easy. It's better to ask a question to make a direct statement. Uh, it's saying I ain't never disrespected you. That's a statement. I have to ask you because maybe I might have, and I just didn't realize it. No. So, uh, have I ever mistreated or disrespected you, Sister Wise? We've interacted on this app at least 10 years. If he takes everything away from me this time, most of it will be from what I came up on when he was in the first time, which is saying, shit. I bought 2 cars off the lot. I had never really bought a car off the lot. As old as I am, I either like buy some used shit or just be on some other shit. Uh, my first 2 times, and I really didn't have any established credit. I jumped my credit off underneath Mean Master's tenure. Got one of really, I guess you could say, since I've been at this job so long, I guess you could say this is the best job I ever had. This is the best plantation. It's the boss man that it's about the best plantation I ever and start my bare feet on. But I'm on a plantation. I got a pretty cool plantation. Um, I was in a compromised state because when I moved to Chicago, I was staying with my girlfriend's father because I was doing some renovation work. I was independent contractor painter. That fell off when Obama, he bailed out the banks in the mortgage crisis because when you're a painter and you paint people's houses when they renovate shit, that's when you got money. If you're worried about losing your house, you're not trying to put an accent wall in the foyer. But don't let me get off what we talking about here. If you take everything away from me this time, most of it will be from what I got, what I came up on with him when he was in there the last time. No cap. Y'all don't like to hear that though. Y'all rather guilt us over this drunken Brahmin woman cosplaying as an American nigger woman, when she doesn't really appear to have any connection or even acknowledgement of black men unless they're living an alternative lifestyle. I mean, this is just kind of what I see. I'm sorry. Maybe I got crooked. I ain't got my glasses on. That's why I'm kind of halfway. But I still don't see no comments. But I'll lean up and I'll read them once I'm done. But it's unfortunate that everyone can't do or have what everyone else has, but that's the way democracy goes. I mean, it's unfortunate you don't get overtime on your job. You got a business or Kamala says she gonna give you 25,000 credit, but that ain't like she giving you a grant or a check. You got to do something in order to get something, and most of the people that are able to get that amount of a tax credit or benefit, have to make over 25,000, significantly over 25,000, or significantly over $50,000 if you're going to take advantage of a tax credit to buy a house, or start a small business, or work on your small business. P.S. We did this in 2020. I never disrespect you, especially over someone neither of us knows. You insult my character. You make such assertions of me over a public figure I don't like, so I don't support. I don't like Kamala Harris. I don't support. I've just been on. Have you been on my timeline? Any of my, I guess before, when they was Facebook and all them other people was getting paid by them people, or being ordered by them people to kind of censor posts. I talked about it then. I argued with folks back then, and then they act like they forgot. Now, come on, they act like they want to say where Trump come up with. We don't consider her like. And I guess this is no disrespect. Y'all can feel how y'all want. I don't. She doesn't resonate with with either one of my grannies, my aunties, my manny, my mama. Pardon me, we're not doing that with mama. She doesn't resonate with not my sisters, my cousins. She don't resonate with them. I mean, I guess some of them in sororities, but that's for y'all, man. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I have no interest in that. I didn't have any interest in that a little bit. I wanted to dance around. I wanted to be able to do my stomps on the yard, and go have the wild parties with the exclusive pick of all the college dilettantes. But I lived. I still had money, and I had so much fun that I didn't finish. When you go to college, it may seem appealing to drop classes and stuff in order to maintain some sort of GPA, but then you got to realize you still have to take them classes, and you only have amount of time. You know, another story. But yeah. The woe is me women's empowerment technique falls on deaf ears over here. It really does. I know too many black women that are on their function. I know too many black women that, come on, man, that ain't even beyond that. Man, come on. And really just the fact that it was such a blind shot. But she's going to respond. That's why I say that it's easier for me to just talk this shit than just do all the typing, because I'm a writer and I write. Hell, I wish some of them could replace the sorry ass blue factory racehorse y'all betting. You know what? I'm trying and make sure. I wish my Aunt Carol Lee was running for president. Was running for president. My Aunt Carol Lee she had land. She married to her husband. Always had a handful of diamonds. Always carried herself with class and grace. Very good with the conversation. My Aunt Carol Lee, but that's a set aside. It really is just a distinction. I'm trying to make a distinction. My auntie was from the South. They came from I think Brownsville, Tennessee, I think, and then they migrated to West Virginia. She eventually ended up living in Georgia, Crawfordsville, Georgia. But yeah, she doesn't resonate. That's the point I'll be making. What if I pull up a video full of black American women with these same sincere inquiries relative to Kamala? I said, Cam. Would you question their blackness over the white man's instrument of power? Y'all make me laugh for real. Now, Kamala, whether it be Donald Trump, we know Donald Trump, the white man. Y'all say Kamala Harris, the black woman. I say that she's a Brahmin. Brahmin. But I guess whatever's convenient for the role she got to play. You can be whatever you want to be when you want to be it, I guess. So let me continue. I'm just supposed to be reading. I'm giving too much extra commentary. In short, miss me with that bullshit and fuck that Indian lady and everything else she stands for. All right. So she replies to me, it's not only you, though. It's not only then Tara, I want you to hear it's not only you, when you say it's not only you, that would imply that you do indeed mean me as well. What I'm telling you, it don't. I mean, I don't. I'm not going to be that guy that's, I can't wait to get a woman president. Let's do something different. It's not different. She been there. And y'all been and stood on this same argument. And y'all don't really have any receipts or anything of constructive and tangible value that you can use as a demonstration to show me. Why would I get excited when this man up here saying there's going to be an extra $500 on my check? Over the times 12, 5 times 12. What's that? 6 racks. And y'all gonna tell me about how y'all feel about this old white man. And you go to work for an old white man, an old white woman, probably got a white neighbor that you make believe that you like and eat whatever bullshit they cook in their cat infested kitchen. But I'll continue. Let me continue. It's not only you, though. I'm tired, yes, but true also. I'm not angry or upset. I didn't ask you what you're angry or upset. The fact that you would even contemplate voting for 45 does leave me surprised, even if you don't vote for Harris. There you cannot. You are a woman. God gave you free will. God gave all this. I mean, if that's what you subscribe to, some people may be atheist, but it's still an atheist say, well, I can think about if I think, therefore I am. You got your free will to pick who you want to pick. Why? It's not. I may ask questions. I may criticize your candidate, but I'm not going to criticize what's wrong with you for voting for this woman. I ask you the questions, so I won't have to be disrespectful and rude directly to you, to the individual person. I talk bad about the Black Democrats, the African American Black Democrats. That's collective. Maybe I should say some, not all, as a quantifier. But y'all in together, blue no matter who. Okay, but yeah. She said it doesn't surprise me even if you don't vote for Harris. I said it's not me at all. The DNC should have picked a better candidate. It's 2024. Are we still doing tokenism? And I kind of think back because it's like, well, they call it representation. I guess we call it representation. Black representation. We want Oscars so white. We want it to, even though it's Oscar Michaud, and theoretically, well, rumor has it that Oscar Michaud, the great Black director, that's what the Oscars modeled after. But we was complaining to them people that y'all got too many of y'all people standing in the gate, and we got some talented people. So y'all should let us, allow us. Can you please? Representation. Okay, we let you in. Then two of the top tier Black male entertainers, actors, or whatever, comedians, they get the nice one goes on stage and slaps the little funny smart ass everybody hate nigga across the jaw over a joke. And this is representation. This is your Black representation. We can also get to talk about how some of the ladies, they get up on stage and they cry. Who are you crying to? You're crying to the same people that's paying you the money in the first place. You talk about how you don't get paid this amount of money, this, that, the third. Well, yeah, I mean, I imagine I'd be upset, if I didn't get the same kind of money, But then you also have to consider that some of you good Black ladies, the type of jobs you get aren't the same type of job that the Black male may get. Now, the Black male may make the same amount of money that you may get at the job you're doing, but you best believe they might be climbing up on a roof or going underneath somebody's car or doing whatever type of menial labor to get to that point. And they probably more than likely have to own their own business with it, be a contract, independent contract. But I digress. Let me continue. You hit me kind of with a body shot with that, because I got niggas all up and down my timeline talking. I got women up and down my timeline talk that anti-Black male, anti-Black female, anti-Black male shit. I got a whole page, the Real Video Black Relationships on Facebook. 30 about 37. I'm still trying to, dealing with Facebook to get me to at least 38. I'm trying to get to 40. I'm aiming to get to 40. Ain't no trying in the vocabulary. I'm aiming to get to 40,000, but they won't even let me get to 38,000. But I'm not in it. It doesn't do anything for me, man. I'm a single man, man. Uh, and then you think about I've been single for a while. So even in the contemplation for coming back into the dating pool and shit I read up and down my timeline, and especially like when I read some shit like anything not the black sis, you ain't been on my timeline all this time when I was all kicking Obama. I call him Bro Obama, Barack Obama. I call him Bro Obama because he's my bro. I was kicking Bro Obama all up and down his ass. You weren't here when and once again it was the black woman saying I was jealous of the black man who ain't doing a goddamn thing for now, nigga. I don't get it, man. I just asked. I didn't really go. I did crack a joke in the beginning. I said, I guess, 'cause I guess Kamala's going to conveniently turn back into a black person, a black woman now that she's the nominee for president, just like clockwork. And I said, and I also said before that, I said, I just thought while Biden I guess before and slightly after the debate he had with Donald Trump, I'm just biding my time, waiting for y'all to say Kamala Harris for president. Y'all don't be realize this shit is written. That's why I say that sometimes it feels as if that Keanu Reeves is running around in dark places while I'm in a bowl full of gelatin, uh, having images poked into my mind like it's a real world. But let me hurry up and get finished, man, because I didn't got talking to you. Uh, let's see. I went down too far. In 2024, we're still doing tokenism. Sister Wise responds. She said, "I do not see anything wrong with Harris considering the alternative. Um, I could I could not stand her entire research. Now I had to ask the question, well, gee, what research you did? Where you go look at? Because I can imagine, consider she's attained this position of power, that a lot of the stuff that was available to us by way of Google, and when I use Google, I also make sure that I go to a reputable source, whether it be an API or UPI, or whether the local newspaper from where that person is either a politician that are doing whatever they're doing. Maybe some of that information has been scrubbed. DL Hughley got up there and said, well, it's wrong. It's wrong. And DL Hughley been shitting up for them people since Biden was in. I guess it's a good chick. So, but I'm off topic. I do not see anything wrong with Harris. I do not see anything wrong with her. I do not see, man, y'all saying she black like us. I mean, she ain't even. Has she talked about fibroids? Anything, man? Just give me something. She's talked about sickle cell in black women. Besides abortion. All y'all got too many kids. I mean, I understand that things happen. I understand. I would have kids if not. And I can't even front like I wouldn't. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, they need to be done. But then in hindsight, you start thinking back, but I guess you shouldn't torture yourself in that manner. But yeah, uh, I don't think there are more pressing issues, more and aside of things like the price of groceries, you know, your rent going up, and you want to move out of big mama basement and buy your own house, but damn, 21% is actually very high to have for a housing mortgage. I might be being facetious when I say 21%, but it's higher than what it was when me and Master Biden. We can do a reason. Call the fact check. Can we do a fact check on what the interest rate for mortgages was while me and Master was in office? Just do it for the price of eggs. Interest rates on credit cards. Now they're not credit cards. Well, since I'm buying high price groceries and things like that, sometimes I put on my credit card. So I might have a little money stretched out beyond the 30 days, and you look at the interest rate, how much they charge you for that interest for that month of money. Y'all be ashamed, man. I wouldn't say y'all be ashamed because I said I'm not ashamed. I just really trying to figure out what kind of logic and reasoning y'all come across. Us that make sure the microphone. What kind of logic and reason y'all use to come across the deduction? Well, she's the best alternative. Y'all had this that man. Y'all may not have liked him, and unfortunately, coronavirus attacked the world while he was in office. But I don't. I still ask. I ask. Even while he was in office, damn, what that white man doing to y'all? Well, y'all. I mean, I understand. You know, the media, the propaganda arm of media is very, very strong, and I guess we tell a nigga something over and over and over again, you're gonna program his mind to think it. I wish that sometimes we program some other type of images, messages like get money, stop killing the homeboys. Let me not be there. Not gonna go there because y'all be trying to accuse. But even though it's logical, reasonable sense, niggas out here killing each other. Damn, whatever. Get some money. Get yourself some money instead of whatever. How can I stand Harris? And I don't see no wrong. I said, good luck with your candidate. I said, I hope she loses. Um, she asked me why don't I like her? Is it her being our prosecutor? You a criminal? Nah, I'm not putting words in your mouth, sister. Is it her being a prosecutor? There's a lot of rumor and misinformation about what she did as a prosecutor, and that mass locking up black men is just not true. I don't even go by it. I don't even go by it. I go by other shit. I'm I digress. That's part I can sprinkle that on top of it, like some, like shit on like some sprinkles on ice cream. That ain't man. Do y'all realize that the prosecutor is most corrupt? One of the most corrupt people in the courtroom. The prosecutor do anything they can to get your ass. They lie to you, make you promises. You know, uh, yeah. The prosecutor now. Your defensive attorney better be a damn good liar too and know how to tap dance as well. But that prosecutor wants your ass. I mean, to the point where they'll come up with legislations, for truant kids. And that politician will be so that whatever that person in that position will be so proud of legislation and say, well, I heard stories about that. The one kid was talking about they was gonna cut school, and you better take it. County gonna tell me in jail. That's when she did some more of that cosplay, ghetto nigga talk, country nigga talk, or whatever. Like a union member. It's patronizing to me. I guess y'all can idolize, y'all can vicariously live y'all lives through Kamala Harris. Let me continue, man. Okay, Prince Prescott, that's not true. So what is it that you do not like? Perhaps I'm missing something. I said she's a liar, and doesn't have the best interest of the descendants of the enslaved people who built this country, but is playing on those same black people for support. When she got in that DPC, she was a persona not when she got into that DPC, she was persona non grata to all them tap dancing. All them niggas that was tap dancing, uh, while she was playing the Cardi B and bip bopping and rolling. Yeah. Soon as she got in office, soon as she got a spot, hey, stop Asian hate. On the borders are open up the border. It's documented. She was the first Indian Asian vice president. President. What did she lie about? That's what I said she lied about. What did she lie about? I got a bunch of them. Okay, what did she lie about? Smoking weed, bopping to Tupac in college for starters, an unnecessarily disrespectful lie to use to patronize black people in the name of black. When she told Biden in the 2020 primaries that she was that girl when he spoke when she spoke against when she was that girl when he spoke against school busing of black students to affluent non-black schools. Dodging the borders are tight. I'm against fracking, then I'm for fracking. I'm not going to waste time gathering others because when I put them up the first time 5 and 6 years ago, some of y'all did the same shit y'all doing now. I'll name something you guys will either I'll name something and you guys will either deflect or rationalize away what I say. Sister Wash replied, she explained all of this. She went to Howard. Why you got a problem? I went to Fisk University, the black hall of the South. And our shit better than Howard. I don't do you know. I mean, I got my criticism toward the university and all that good shit too, but uh, Howard wouldn't know. You know, this is a different type of caliber of white-owned institution blackness down here in the South than it is up north. She probably did listen to Tupac. She didn't listen. The nigga Tupac was still fucking in acting school, probably still playing with toys and shit. She was in college in the 80s. She said she listened to the nigga in college in the 80s, smoking weed. Locking it. Nah, she said it. That Dr. Man's locking up black men for smoking weed. That's an exaggeration. She locked niggas up. It may not have been a long, hard charge because damn, it's a fucking possession, maybe a small possession charge. But let me continue, man. Come on. I just said that, didn't I? Now that's me on the live, I guess. All right, let's see here. None of the things you said holds weight, my friend. You see how dismissive that is. Sister Wise, you see how dismissive that is. I listed lies. You asked me what lies she tell. I gave you lies. I gave you a list of lies, a short list of lies. I got more lies. I gave you a short list of lies. But that didn't hold any weight. That's how y'all get played on, black Democrat people. That's how y'all get played on. Then y'all get mad at me because I tell y'all how y'all get played on. Then after y'all get played on, y'all get quiet because y'all want to get flayed to you. I told y'all niggas so. I told y'all. Told y'all. Like Boosie, I told y'all my daddy. I told y'all man was going to not do shit, but I told y'all. She is a politician, but I thought you did not like her because she did or said something detrimental. She all types of act like a black woman. She all types of act like a black woman. Yeah. I also understand that busing black kids in all white schools in the midst of racial tensions was bad for all the black kids, and anyone who lived through it would tell you that. Blame Martin Luther King the Jr. That was his dream. You know, each little black boy and little white girl hold hands and we shall overcome. We shall overcome one day. Yeah, you got your black. You get. But it. I can't. I guess I'm sorry. I skimmed through it the first time. It's really kind of when I read it out loud. But they'll tell you that. So that my friend is what you call a deflection. That is a deflection. I said she told a lie and said how was that girl? How was that girl? On stage to all y'all. And I think they said that she wasn't even living in Oakland. I think she was living in motherfucking Canada. her fracking course may have changed because you can't just stop it. You need to pull in other resources and make that stronger. Sometimes experience will change the directory of one's ideology. They were already fracking. The place where they were fracking at wanted to keep fracking because that's how they get their money. Yeah, I don't know if she did, up in Philadelphia talking. I don't know whether she got a car, went to the ghetto. They say it's garbage all over where niggas live at Philadelphia. They say Philadelphia is well, sorry, Philadelphians. They say Philadelphia is a shithole. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. That y'all it's a shithole. It's a shithole city. You got these people coming off these shithole countries. You're supposed to be doing your job as a border. So are you letting these people come from these shithole countries being released from prison with all these crimes, these violent crimes and rapists and thieves and murderers? Don't come. You remember when she said that shit? When she was still playing, I guess halfway, remember she was still the borders are. She was telling people, don't come. Okay. But yeah, sometimes experience will change trajectory of one's ideology. Yeah, kind of like when they said Obama was the first gay president after he said, "I believe marriage should be between a man and a woman." I guess if you stick that hand up far enough their ass where they make them talk, and then stuff they puppet suit pockets with cash, they'll do whatever you want to do. You can be whatever you want to be when you want to be. Huh. Why do I have a problem? It's me responding. Or even listening to me at all. Have you listened to me for damn near the past decade? I mean, the past decade. I stay in Facebook jail just for saying some just regular shit. You ain't seen me talk bad about these people in all these years shit, at all. Maybe I am what I say shadow ban. Maybe I was shadow ban. If I doubt. Uh, you didn't even listen beyond my last sentence because you immediately came back rationalized. I already spoke to your first assertion relative to black men and her. The irony of that is, I have yet to see her hold up black men in any level of esteem, not even her pack. The one she got her so called blackness, she's hinged her horse upon. I'm not telling you what to do with your vote, and I'm not purposely shaming you at all either. Shaming you all either. I'm just absolutely befuddled with having to go back and forth with other black people about getting tangible representation for black people from people who pine for our support when it's politically expedient. I have to argue with people. What are they offering of tangible and constructive value to the black people, the pro-black? I got to argue with y'all over that. You must be for Trump. You going for Trump? That's not the question I asked you. If you standing so hard, your chest out so hard for this person, you should be able to roll that shit out like that. And they should be able to present it to you. You should have a line with that person. Not just a line where y'all get the organization together and raise a couple of M's for them while there's poor kids in your neighborhood. Single mothers that need a decent shelter to be at without having to worry about being touched or attacked. Hypocrites. Ain't no nigga ain't no black American hospitals in the name of this organization. Ain't no black American schools in the name of this organization. Black American retail store. You get what I'm saying. Scholarships, that's cool. But it really all that is just feeding the meal. You give them a scholarship in the name of the organization. They get to the college, and in allegiance to the organization, they go back they pledge the organization. When they get older, they fund another scholarship. I'm not telling you what to do with your vote. I'm purposely not shaming y'all either. I'm just absolutely befuddled with having to go back and forth with other black people about getting tangible representation for black people from people who pine for our support when it's politically expedient. You have a great day. I got to work tonight, and I want to be all ready. So just like today, I got the air off, and it's kind of hot in here. I don't know why I can open up the windows, but um, I want to be rested. This is the last day of the pay period, and this week is where I earn my overtime hours. This is the week where my overtimes appear bi-weekly on my paycheck. Like I said, I work 36 hours on one week because I work 3 days, and 4 days, which is this week, is 48. 48 minus 40 equals 8. 8 equals the amount of overtime hours I get if I work my schedule regardless every other week, and that would be tax free. And I mean, I guess I'm being facetious when I say that's extra, this, that, and the third, but really, yeah, them is some hundreds. Just to be fair, that would be about a good 700 per month. And I think I might be just counting, but that's irrelevant. That's still extra money for the kid. And okay, she says, "Well, I own my own business, so 45 made it hard. I don't want to be too shiny on y'all. Hold. Let me see if anybody came on it. Nope. Good. Let's speak freely. So yeah, um, this is her reply. She said, "Well, I own my own business, so 45 made it hard for me." Now, mind you, from my understanding, I guess there may be data to back it up that during that time period in which he was in, there was a large amount of businesses that were started by black women. They say predominantly, and they were black business. They were just small businesses. Period. Now, we could put it on. Let me continue. But this she said he made her business hard, and that's a reasonable um, argument against support. Aside from the fact he the racist, he wrote something in the newspaper about the Central Park Five in the '90s. Even though mostly everybody in America, since they had said they confessed to doing it, everybody else thought they did the shit too. I'm just saying. I was grown when that shit was going on, but I digress. Um, you I'm not asserting anything. I spoke on it on what I see. You asserted, like I said, you asserted the fact that I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. I don't like Kamala Harris because she's a black woman trying to get to be president. I'm jealous. I don't know, envious. She the one that got away. I don't know where that weird shit comes from. I guess a lot of these niggas think with they dicks and all that shit. So I guess it's easy for just like it's easy for women to manipulate niggas' minds to do something for them by way of uh, pleasure. I guess it's also a way to my you know, but I'm not here to speak yet. It'll start feed the narrative, but we open up the narrative, we open up the conversation just by saying that that's the reason why I don't like campaign. When, like I said before, I have plenty of black women in my life, and some of my and part of my language. To start from the top, some of the black women in my life are ladies, queens, madams, duchesses, but you also have some that are bitches. You have some that are hoes. Um, and that's just okay, we'll just say aggressively toned and promiscuous, materialistic, opportunistic. They take advantage of they'll take advantage of them all. And I mean, I can't say that I don't know black men. I can't say that I might not have taken, there's not been a lesser part of me being a gentleman, but still, uh, that ain't got nothing to do with her. I've been talking about policy the whole time. I don't, people tell me I'm fixated on her being black. Uh, I'm like saying I spoke about it earlier, and I purposefully stopped because I already knew what y'all do when they do that. But then when it got to the point when she was on a live stage, uh, and the people asked her directly to her face, and all she really would have had to do is say, "You daggone right, I'm a black woman. I'm a strong, proud black woman. I did it. I went to HBCU, and I by proud sorority." I say this, I say this is an opportune time for her to stand on it. You're fixated on her on that. Why are you fixated on that? Why does it matter? It matters because she lied. Either she's, if she's not lying, why so bashful? Why so hesitant to just put your chest out and say it? Do you think it may be a conflict of interest to other groups if you say that? Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. Maybe I should just wait for you guys to get where I'm thinking, or do I have to? Maybe I just have to drag folks to where I'm thinking sometimes. But then you don't want to listen to me. I mean, maybe right now, there's nobody on these live. Then people know when I get to talk. Then people know just like they program y'all with the bullshit they program y'all with. If I get on here saying this shit to y'all ears over and over again, it's going something. A mindset is going to change. I'm not yelling fire in the crowd, the movie theater. I'm just telling your ass to think. One should do it at least 3 times a day. Deeply preferentially, I think very deeply. That was let us begin. What, where, why, what, when. Will all be explained. I'm not saying. In fact, I'm kind of rational. Shout out to Boogie Down Productions. But you answered the question, but how you? Well, then this is okay. I'm not asserting anything. I spoke on what I see. You answer the question how you do, but because she have not held you up how you think she is not trustworthy. Well, yeah, and not me personally, because I don't know. I probably never beat in my life, but damn, you know, throw the nigga boy a bone, throw the nigga man, the black man, the African American a bone, something. I love black men, and I once upon a time, them bones. When she get up here and they ask her a question, and she get going off on them stories and shit like that. How come she ain't never got a story, a positive story where she interacted with a black man? Really, she don't have too many with the black woman. Maybe some of y'all were jealous. She was the fair skinned lady in the Alpha Kappa. Well, I ain't gonna say Alpha in the sorority she was in. The same, I guess, the same shit that they deflect on folks now on the black male. Now y'all just wish you could have had your camera. Y'all mad because that white man got it. Y'all, Dr. Omar Johnson. Never, 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 never. Um, you answer the question how you do, but because she have not held you up how you think she should, she is not trustworthy. This is an issue with black men, and I hear you. Just do not understand. You have to be willing to, you have to seek to understand instead of trying to be understood. You came in with a premise. I said, hell no. What are you talking about? I'm talking about overtime. You talking about just cause she a woman, you ain't supporting just cause. If she put out overtime, tax-free overtime, maybe I'll think about it. How about that? I'm already registered Democrat. I never changed my, whatever that is. They send me them cards or whatever. When I go down there now, I'm still in a Democratic county, in a Democratic state, underneath Democrat. I ain't got no independent underneath my shit. I ain't got no underneath my shit. Maybe I might change up, but I doubt her. I would doubt her sincerity at this point. It's getting crunch time right about now. And, it's, aside from what you may see on your mainstream media, things are happening diametrically different outside in the streets and in the households across this country. Like it or not. I don't know whether some of y'all that mad ball, I might want to ball, might be preparing to ball y'all. I'm not suggesting, I'm not instigating anything like that, but some of y'all might get mad enough to ball y'all fist up when really y'all should be balling y'all fist up right about now trying to fight for something for us. But you don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, I'm still talking. I need, and this is not directly and specifically solely for you, Sister Vibe. This is just me talking because the spirit is coming through me to speak on. Let me see here. This is the issue with black men I hear. I just do not understand. I wonder if she was married to a black man, would she still hate her guts? Interesting. Well, happy resting before your overtime. Good Master 45 will help you with. Master Candy already got the overtime covered. Uh, Kind Master Biden and his predecessors, they already been taking the money from me. I just want to leave the money alone for a little while. And it's been a proposition in the presentation that might be an option considering who is being chosen on November 5th. Is there any type of rebuttal or response? Well, when I was growing up, our nanny had a small business, and I love my nanny and her small business. This is what I'm jealous. This is what I'm hating on. Is that what I'm hating on? Yeah. You must be rich. Have a good seeing it. It's okay. And I like a good singer too. Have a good time. The overtime, the 45 helping you with. Okay. No, you spoke as if you were speaking on me. Because if you wasn't, you would have took that assertion somewhere else. Fucked up part about it is that I'm still stuck on it's not only you. You didn't nowhere in those words you say, well, damn, now I had you fucked up, Flag. That wasn't you. You ain't never done. You ain't never done nothing, said nothing to me that that's disrespectful or intentionally mean to hurt my feelings. I couldn't even get that. And y'all talk about the niggas. Now the niggas is full of shit too. But you got to call out when y'all full of shit. Cause I like I said, I've been a single man for a long time, happily single. Especially when I look outward at this point. I don't have to divide for nobody attention. I don't whoopty whoopty blam. You know, as niggas get old, they testosterone go low. So it ain't like I'm out here lusting in the club or nothing like that. I'm more focused on get me some motherfucking money. If I get my money and get my position better, all the other shit comes, and it comes in a way in which I direct. Not in which way I have to compromise myself and my standards and accept things that I don't want to accept, i.e. Kamala Harris for president. Okay, so yeah. Now you speaking as a researcher would say somewhere else. If your small business struggled with all that money they were giving out in 2020 to niggas that I know had no business, they was at work with me. They had no businesses. All that shit, all that money they were giving out to niggas. You may need to look inward as opposed to hundreds of miles away in DC. I mean, uh, the data says that more small businesses up. I don't know. I don't recall what you. I think I vaguely recall what your business was, but I don't really recall. And things like marketing and promotion, and finding the right niche and reaching the right people. I would kind of put them before Donald Trump, which is in a federal position, the highest federal position in the land. What about the city, state, and local? What about your people? Did your people support? Now I can admit niggas don't cost niggas nothing to push a like or a share or make a comment on these motherfuckers. I'd have made hundreds. I feel like I'd have made hundreds of them. I don't even get that type of support. So I feel you. Sometimes you got to go outside your circle. Sell some shit to you. Might be black power shit, but sell that shit to some white folks. They buy that shit too. They buy nigga statues and stuff. I don't know. So I recall Joe Biden hired a multitude of IRS agents to go about the work of checking small businesses' tax accounting. That was the administration that added a law to PayPal and Cash App transactions to watch the money that was exchanged there. If you if you send a certain amount of money on PayPal, it's reported, and it's income or whatever. It's going to appear somewhere in an audit if you make enough of them and you don't report them. It wasn't like that before. It wasn't like that when they was getting stimulus checks and nigga, you could buy a quarter through through Cash App. Hand me the quarter. I'll Cash App your money right now. You standing right there. You ain't put out a dollar out your pocket because, like I said, they were putting the money away. They ain't want you to spend no money. You might have COVID on your mind. I'm not trying to fuck Kamala Harris. I don't give a damn about her lack of a black husband. I said black men, period. You expect me to throw a cake over this sorry excuse of a politician accusing me of misogyny or the delusion of her being out of my league, and you can't even point out an instance where she stood up for the black American male she claims kinship with in the name of black. She stay interested because she says, she said it's interesting, that I would support somebody that's going to ultimately end up with a fatter paycheck for me, a politician that just laying down something. That's interesting. Stay interested, but I ain't violated non-black women, nor have I recklessly demonized any without merit. But if that's the only dependable rusty tool in your drawer to use to dismiss my not caring for your girl, where the hell was you when I used to tear into Obama's head? They used to hate me for talking about that. He was still in the office too. And now, mind you, you've gone all over the place on the topic that was about tax-free overtime, not the modern woman's suffering movement because black women get overtime too, don't they? Don't black women get? I work with some. I know some black. I mean, I'm like, damn, you here today too? 12-hour shifts, and they didn't. Then some of them work the 48-hour week. I'm complaining about. Some of them when they work, they clocking 60 and they even want to get 72 if they can. Can you imagine? It's 40 hours, right? So 12-hour shifts. So 24 plus 40, 64 hours tax-free overtime. But it's interesting that I would support something like this. Interesting. Really. Okay, so she said, no, sir. What all money businesses were given? The money that they come in like the oh nah that's let me just read what she said. What money, what all money and where it come from where? What all money businesses were given? Perhaps you should ask a business owner. It'd be that shit. See, cause like I said, I like to read. I grew up liking to read, and I read nuances. Like when people say I misconstrued with that text, whatever energy was coming on that text. I rarely and seldomly do that because um perhaps you should ask the business owner. PPP was according to your revenue while we were shut down in the previous year. The EIDL loan took almost 2 years to get. 2 years to get. And by the time businesses got it, all the money went back to bills. We gotta pay our bills, sis. Shoot. When I was getting my PUA was that pandemic employees unemployment whatever when I not whatever that was PUA. When I was getting my enhanced unemployment, uh making significantly more money than I was making just going to work. I still had to pay rent. I didn't take advantage of the moratorium that they had for rent that ultimately ended up raising the rent prices when a kind master got and Kamala got in office. I paid my regular rent. Uh, and she said, okay, where's she at? Okay. The idea took almost 2 years. My business was shut down for 2 years and I lost it and started a new business in 2021. So you're saying that you started your business in 2019. He wasn't making no money in 2019. Then we had a pandemic in 2020. So you had to shut it down. It's Trump's fault. And you started a new business in 2021. Gotcha. Gotcha. They lied to you about the 10K. And that's something else the child be doing. It's just not, it's not only you, Sister Wise. You can ask me the question. Um, can you prove that people got the 10K or how do you know people got the 10K? Just something like that. Don't just come out flatly say, what did she just flatly say? They lied about the 10K that business was supposed to get and changed the rules to only businesses in low income neighborhoods. They lied about the funding. It was not like they said. They played small businesses royally. It was a nigga, and he don't work there no more. I don't know whether, like you said, some of them niggas got caught up and got locked up, but he wasn't necessarily doing it in his name. He would ask them for information, and he'd give them the process, and they'd give him a rack out of the 10 that they got for doing at my job, and not even people, and it was people in from here, but the people that it was also people from other lands. Shout out to them to that man, that man and that woman that bought them Lexus trucks. One got a burgundy, one got a metallic blue one that got the little Lexus SUV. They lied about it. Okay. Yeah. If anybody's still sticking around, I sure appreciate it because I just really just from just to get this off my chest. I'm gonna get this off my chest just for you. They lied about the funding. It was not like they said. Some of these they even had some stars and some when I should say star the reality TV niggas and whoever they was buying sports cars and shit, so they was getting largest amount. And evidently, I guess the bar of proving that they had a business that would allow them to buy casual casually spend X amount of dollars on luxury cars and sports cars and jewelry and stuff like that. It had to be a low bar to prove that because if I remember correctly, people damn near thought the world was about to end, and their money was cut off. Wasn't nobody going outside. They did what they had to do. So I said, perhaps they should advise you better, sis. And I mean, if I'd have known that shit, I'd have put you on the line with something. I didn't hand laissez faire for me because I ain't fucking with it. I'm a accounting major. I know that it depends. Number one, whether they look in your direction. But if they look in your direction, something about arithmetic and math, it always points back to a source. No, sir. What money business? I know how to run a business, sir. You think money that was rolling out was for business? Well, it wasn't. Big business got way more funds than small business. Both got money. That's why they holler about the deficit. You added a trillion something to the deficit. Woo, 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 like it wasn't a worldwide pandemic. It wasn't nothing moving, not even the money. Everybody was getting paid. Niggas in the projects ain't got a job, no how, nowhere, getting fucking PPP. Then to be only for business in low income neighborhoods. Well, I be damned. I don't even see how that is discriminatory. It's about what's in your books. As far as I'm a college dropout. I'm a 3.5 year accounting major dropout. But from my understanding, you do a loan application, things like that. You whatever loan they were being discriminatory to the poor neighborhoods, whatever. Okay, let that be. You know how to run a business, sir. Big business got way more funds than small business. I paid rent, car, food, and try to keep my business afloat. It was a nightmare. Just imagine if you're somebody that had a restaurant for like 20 years or had business for X amount of years, then the pandemic came and they had to shut down. Your business you opened in 2019, does that supersede or take precedence over their pain? Should it hurt more for you than it might hurt for them? People might have got the check. People got them checks too, and still lost out. Some reinvented themselves, like you said, you opened up a new business in 2021. Excellent. But man, sis, come on. We all off the overtime shit now. That's what I'm saying. Uh, she gonna tell me I'm gonna need you to chill. I said nothing like you accused in your comment. It's not only you. It's anything to not vote for a black woman for president. It's not only you. That's what I accused you of. That's not, and they wouldn't accuse. That is what I asserted that you had done by the evidence in which I visualized through my eyeball sights. That's what I saw. I'm going to need you to chill. I said nothing like you're choosing your comment. Many black men do not like to see black women have power. Many black men live with their old lady and they got to cut the motherfucking lights off and turn that motherfucking game off because they ain't paying shit in the house. They just there in a compromised state. Yeah, I imagine they might fear or resent women in power because they broke, but they ain't going no goddamn where. And I'm sure in order to make sure those accommodations and those uh situations and satisfactions will continue, they'd probably stand in front of a bullet for their lady, for their They black woman. Now that you say things like they manager, they ward, they supervise, they second mammy. It's that type of shit. I don't. I mean, all right, it's a black woman that's trying to get power. It's one thing that she could be a black woman and not having any intentions and any obligations that she may feel that she has to do for anybody. Black, black woman, black man. Definitely not black man, because like I said, she ain't never paraded out no nigga man. Talking about she proud of him for shit. She talked about her nanny. I don't even know if her nanny was black. I don't know if her nanny might have been that woman in Jamaica, that dark skinned woman in Jamaica. That might have been Donald Harris's nanny. The woman. That's why y'all confused that as being his mama. Going off topic, because I don't give a fuck about whether she want to be whatever she wants. She can be whatever she want to be if she need to be. But in my mind, when she tried to play that on me, yeah, she's a liar. That's one of the lies that she told. That's an introductory lie. It was a nightmare. She said, I'm gonna need you to chill. Many black men and I see black women in power. I've spoken to them, and not only that, I belong to the Israelite community. See, now you get a better understanding. I imagine that the street corner ministry, the purple robe wearing fellas, they go hard. They go hard on the black woman. The traditional melanated nappy hair, they go hard on her. They love him. They love him. They talk that 12 life tribe shit. Uh, they love them other tribes. Ooh, they put them other tribes. Let them find a Puerto Rican from the mother tribe, a little lighter than Sister Gal. I guess that's where you get that from. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. It started. I mean, really, and it's like mm-mm. And I respect the religious ideology of my mama, because and that's the same religious ideology and beliefs that my grandmama, my great grandmama, I imagine wherever you say wherever that came from. But the emperors, I know, covered my black ass plenty of times. Whether or not the prayers were going to that creator that's listed in the King James Bible, the spirit or the spirit of the ancestors, wherever they was going, them things were prayer works, I guess you say. But these is like I said, I speak on black women, the black woman, and I guess that's y'all feel like y'all. We didn't pray for the black. We stood in the fold for the black men. And some of these, and I say once again, some of these niggas assholes, some of these fuck ups. But you can't do me at all. You can't even pull. You can't. Maybe you can. And I don't know how I left some of these women how they feeling how they felt. But I don't see you pulling that now woman from my past. That I can say that nigga just dumb, he just dog, just abused me. You can't even. You probably won't even find a woman that even say I've done anything more than shoved her. And that, and I say that because when I go over the inventory of whether it be argument or whatever, that's the thing that stands out, because that's something where I was out of pocket. What That's why I take offense to shit when people especially when black women come in with that shit. All the black women, um, and I shouldn't do that either. But let me keep on. The Israelite community, your explanation to me is weak. Why would you like her? Why don't you like her? She hasn't even had a chance to implement anything, but she did push certain things that directly affected black men within the Biden agenda. The Biden agenda didn't help. Man, come on, sis. You are entitled and actually don't owe anyone an explanation. You act like I made up the sentiments. I see all the time from black men. I didn't say you made them up. I said you had me fucked up. It's definitely an issue where our black men will back Trump of all people. Why? Why is it? Why is it what I do and I ain't even pledged to do it? Why are you worried about? That's why they had them curtains up. Them white folks on them motherfucking news shows and your motherfucking Joy Reeds and Don Lemons and whomever them tap dance and Roland Martin ass niggas is, then fool y'all into thinking that y'all got reign over us. Yeah, we can't have reign over y'all choices and shit. How the fuck y'all think y'all can have reign over us? Who? Why? They taught y'all. You mean to tell me they're going for Trump? He's a racist, right? Meanwhile, they got about 3, 4, 5 generations of rebel flags in their claws playing on your black egg. Remember the Dixiecrats? They switched. All right, they not like the old Democrats no more. They do. Come on, man. And I thought you with the Israelites. Okay, cool. I thought you was with this black empowerment liberation mindset. You trusted you gonna vote your way into a revolution, sis. Then you think, I mean, I just said something, like hell, put a little funding towards mental health for adolescents and shit like that, for black adolescents. Do put forth the opportunity zones for black neighborhoods where some of these ran down houses and fucked up neighborhoods to get some renovation. Is that too much of an ask for a taxpayer in the budget? I'm getting to the end, guys. Sorry. Okay. An issue why black men will back Trump of all people. Trump, though, fuck health care, daycare, self-care, fuck social security and taxes in which he raised. All these wars and stuff they fight. Those things and this funding that they have for immigrants and this funding that they have for Ukraine and all these weapons and stuff they send over to is Israel and whatever parts unknown. That money is oftentimes. Maybe I need to fact checking it myself. I believe once upon a time they used to borrow that money from the Social Security fund. Now, if they still have a deficit, where do you think? Do you think that they returned all that money, or do you think that that money is even a priority for them to pay back? Master Biden is on record when he was still more of sound mind, talking about he's trying to cut Social Security. But like you said, when I was doing time and time passes and ideologies change. Man, this was so and it just all I was saying was about some goddamn overtime, some untaxed overtime. That's all I was saying. And this is what it comes to. This is why we can't get. I mean, that sound like them people. But think about this is why we can't get nowhere. I asked a plain yes or no question, the little details about it, and here we are having a gender war, a sass fest in the comments about it. I've spoken to them directly affect. Now we said about how they directly affect. I don't see what Biden directly affect black whatever. You think you can trust this fool after he has showed you otherwise? I mean, he ain't showed me otherwise. Shit. Oh, like I got a job making the most money I did make. Well, I did other shit, but I got a good job. I got good credit. Got me a place to stay. Got me a new car too. Ain't that the nigga American dream? All I need is the wife and what 2.5 kids. I think that ship is sealed actually for the kids and maybe even for the wife. I'm not going to be that guy that they have in the memes that's sitting with a walker saying I'm ready to get married. Shit, just ship me on off to the glue factory. I die in peace. I don't need. I'm a introvert right now as it is. I don't want to. As long as I can make it to the bathroom and to the stove, I'll be all right. I know that's sad. That sounds sad, bitch. But I'm just keeping it above though, because I mean, women are very important. Everybody loves. Now, since everybody loves black women, because just like you said, some black men. I mean, I love black women. I mean, but still, shit, I be damned. I'll be damned if I'm not gonna ask you for peace. I'm just gonna say, could you please move around? I got some peace I need to go and find. I don't need nobody to fix me a plate of food. I don't need nobody to wash my clothes. Ooh, I don't, if it comes down to it, I need to have that release. It's not the same as, cuddling up in the warmth and all that stuff. Even that's an option, because like I say, the way right about now is like damn near prostitution dating industry. I mean, according to the music, according to, I guess in some cases, the STD statistics. But the Republicans took the tax cuts away, not the Biden administration. I saw differences in returns from 2020, 21, 22, 23 as I own a tax office. So your business was in the taxes. This is your business. I said, yep, I'm not about to keep typing replies to all this shit, sis. My post is about tax-free overtime. I'll talk about it on my live after work. Niggas at my job was getting $10,000 checks like a motherfucker off PPP. You needed better advisors. A man does what's best for himself, his wards, and his responsibilities. Extra money I get, I give to my mama and my family. Extra money I give to my mama and my family, my predominantly woman family. Extra money they don't want to see the black. Who? I don't want to get emotional, but that hit me right in the sensitivity. Sis, can you understand? Can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth about this raggedy ass broad that they didn't present it toward y'all with a hand up her ass, claiming she represent y'all? Y'all last chance resort because the other motherfucker was too dumb and stupid from lying all his life. It was just a gradual breakdown. And God, the creator, the ancestors told me if I lose my mind when I get older, as much weed and liquor I drink, so be it. But yeah, let me get to the end of this shit. I've been on about hours. I said, a man does what's best for himself, his wards, and his responsibilities. Extra money I give to mama and my family. Untaxed overtime is extra money. I ain't backing down now. I ain't backing down some of bitch, but my motherfucking pockets. Y'all play scared and mad at that motherfucker. It's put it in my palm over here, man. Uh, I don't give a fuck what you see in them other black men. You talking to me, and I'm telling you about me. I wasn't tripping, but I'm finna act ignorant nigga when I get on the camera this morning, which this is what I'm doing. I'm getting on camera this afternoon, whatever. And I guess maybe I am a little bit ignorant, but I hope y'all got the crux. But she said, "Oh boy, them folks at your job getting 10,000 checks to going to jail eventually. You don't lie. You don't lie to get government funds. You lying to me. Two of them folks still in my job, and they ain't even from America. You see, oh yeah, they lie like, well, damn, shit, just like Cammy, just like Joe, just like Donald. Uh, you want to be the white that my ex-girlfriend's pappy. I mean, when I came up to Chicago to do the renovations for, he said, white people are just the lyingest people on earth. This is a quote, end quote. You can believe what you want. There's not any quantitative, qualitative research and data that concludes that is just something that white folks is born with. But you bet you can find a long list of lies them people have told, and some dangerous lies, some long-standing lies, some life affecting, generationally damning lies that them people that told the nigga. I said, I can send you an invite to the live. I've been distracted. I still haven't got straight after work, but I'm gonna come on strictly to go down that straight. You don't even have the camera. You don't even have to have the camera on, or we could chat about it live. I just need to shower and wait till after I eat breakfast. I didn't skip breakfast. It's damn near 2 o'clock. I got to leave this house to be at work at 8 p.m. I appreciate y'all taking the time. Let me see if anybody wrote anything on here. Valiant thoughts. Statistics show that 50% of the entire planet's Wealth is in the hands of US based corporations. The GDP doesn't reflect this and it never will. Thanks for the information, fam. Also, peace to the nigga nation. Uh, Peace to my people. Thank you for your time. Yeah. What do you think about untaxed overtime benefits? Yeah, they're not give the government doesn't give you money because all the money the government has comes from you. They're just not taking this money. They're not taking that share of them. They're not taking that fair share. Now, fair share doesn't apply. That portion of your money that you work for. If you have the benefit and the grace to get Social Security or get tips or to get overtime pay, help me figure out why I should be in a version of that, no matter who offers it, and tell me the reason why I should have a version to it because they offer it. Peace and love. Y'all have a great afternoon. It's y'all next go.